Hello, Fat Yoga Dad here, and welcome to today's video on stress relief. In today's video, we're on the beach. This is filmed in Santa Cruz, California, at the Twin Lakes Beach. It's a state beach there. It's beautiful, right next to the little lighthouse there. So, what I wanted to cover today in this video, and this video is a little bit longer than the videos that I have been doing. It's showing my full practice for the most part. I vary this from day to day, but as I walk through this beginning part, if you've watched my other videos, you'll recognize this as the Sun Salutation. And it's a good way to get started. It's a good way to start a warm-up. And it's a great way to start your day. I like doing this more days than not. You'll notice that I'm not alone. I'm doing it on the beach, but it's a public beach, it's a state beach, and there are people all around. And that's okay. That's absolutely okay. What we're looking for here is personal growth. And that's okay to do alone at home. That's okay to do out and about in public and in a crowd. It's okay. You do not have to be fit. You do not have to be perfect. You do not have to do things in a perfect manner. There is no such thing as perfect. That doesn't exist. So the importance of this is that you do. Getting out, going to the beach, if you're able to, is a wonderful way to let go of some of your daily stress. The beach is, for many people, a place where we can kind of collect ourselves, to listen to the waves, to be in the sun, and to gather ourselves, to pay attention, and then to let go, all at the same time. So it is a wonderful place to do yoga if you're able to, if you're ever able to. Now you will notice that I am not, in this practice, using a mat. I am sans mat in the sand. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's perfectly fine to bring a mat and do that with the mat in the beach, on the beach, not in the beach, but on the beach. But you don't have to, and that's my point. It isn't necessarily a necessity. If you're comfortable with doing yoga anywhere, anytime, then it's okay not to have one. Here I am, preparing to go down on all fours. So the idea here is that you do what's comfortable for you. This is my daughter Sarah, and she's fun, bit of a goofball, as you will see a little bit later in the video. So the day that I filmed this, I was at the beach in Santa Cruz with my family. We were having some family time, and this was not only appropriate, but a perfect way to spend, 15 or 20 minutes out of my afternoon just relaxing, taking in the sun, and getting a little movement. Yikes. And that is what yoga is for. That is what yoga is about. It's about helping you to better your day. So the reason I wanted to do something on the beach was not only for the love of being at the beach and going to the beach, but also to show that it doesn't matter where you are or what your circumstances are. You can always find a way and find a place. It is appropriate for you to do. And it can help to relieve the stress of an average day. It can help to relieve the stress of an unaverage day if the stress is very, very high. So don't be afraid. Don't worry about what other people are thinking, and don't focus so much on the negative in your life. Try to focus on the positive and try to focus on taking care of yourself, because this is a great way to be able to do that. So I'm moving out of child's pose into upward facing dog. And again, as I've said in my other videos, for each of these poses, I'm holding them for approximately 6 breaths long. And you're more than welcome to walk through this with me. This is the cat-cow. The things that bring us stress in our life are things that we normally are not able to truly get rid of. Money issues, relationship issues, power issues within some of those relationships, the circumstances that we live in, sometimes even health. There's so many different things that we get stressed out about in our lives. But one of the best ways to deal with that stress is movement. Yoga not only can help get your heart rate up and be a cardiovascular exercise for you, but it also is a perfect way to be able to get your focus and your mind stimulated so that you're headed in the right direction, whatever that direction is that you want. The great thing is, we as individuals get to choose what that is. So, if you're moving forward, if you're climbing mountains and getting out of the ruts that we inevitably put ourselves in, then you will find that yoga is a type of practice that helps us to do that. It helps us to relieve the stress of a day. It helps us to relieve the tension. It helps us to focus away from any anxiety or sadness that we might be feeling and focus on something that we're doing for ourselves that is healthy. So I'm moving from the 5-point pose to the Warrior 2 pose, keeping my arms elevated. Now, as you do this, the longer you do this, of course, it becomes difficult. So in my normal practice, what I do is I try to keep those arms elevated. At the point of this filming, I'm just getting back into my practice, so I'm not in the kind of shape that I've been in the past. You will see differences in the videos that I will be producing in the short future because I am back well into my practice. And so therefore, you're going to watch things about the way that I do certain poses and the movements in between them even advance. Again, people aren't paying attention to you. They're on their own paths. It doesn't really matter if you have company, even if it's unwanted company. Focus on you, do you, and walk through what you're doing to the best of your ability. That's what it really is about. This is the Warrior One pose. While we understand a lot about our physiology and our biology, I think there are some things that we still don't know everything about. One of those things that gives us the greatest questions is our mind and how our mind truly works. And the truth is, what we do understand about our brains and our minds is in its infancy. There's so much we don't know. But we do know that things like a serene environment and movement, the way that I'm moving in this video and the way that yoga in general helps us to move, are factors that lead to a very healthy development of self and an alleviation of stress. If you have an opportunity to do yoga, you should. If you have an opportunity to take time to go to a park or a beach, any place that is in God's serene church, with nature surrounded by the elements, as long as you keep yourself safe, you should take that opportunity to combine the two, the serene environment and yoga. One of the things that I love to do is to go to the beach every chance I get and do yoga on the beach. Most of the time, it's just on my own. Although I have done yoga in groups in these sorts of environments, and that's a very fun experience as well. I'm not always able to do everything that everybody else can, but again, as I've said in other videos, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with being there, being in the environment, doing your best, and not being able to do everything that everybody else can. It's okay. do your best, and you move forward. And there's not anything that anybody can ask of you that's more than that. Breathe. Focus. Embrace your strengths. Forward progress. Forward movement. Family. Thank you for joining me today.